All right, what's up, y'all?
What's going on?
Hart here. This is Behind the Decks with the front room.
You got Jure here?
We got Rome.
Very special guest.
Yes, sir. Very special.
This man is kind of the reason I make the music I make. I'll give him that.
Come on.
Reason I started DJing, for real.
We've been watching this man since we was jits. Way back when. Stuff your face with bass. Come on, man. Give it up. Give it up.
Damn, making me
Give it up.
feel real old right now, but thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
Those
Absolutely.
were good times, yo.
Oh.
Great shows.
That was unexpected, to be honest. A lot of crazy stories behind that one. I don't even know if we have time to get into
I was going to say,
it.
you got time?
Yeah, no.
The way that I got onto the Stuff Your Face lineup was pretty strange, to be honest with you.
Before you get into that,
All right.
we know who you are.
Yes, exactly.
All right,
Yes. Yeah.
But let them know who you are.
All right, so I'm Rome Thrasher, music producer, DJ, event thrower, curator sometimes, and content creator, if you will.
That
Yes, sir.
sums it up pretty good.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, now back to that story.
All right. So I just started like really getting on my feet, DJing, doing a lot of parties and stuff like that. Me and Les, actually, one of my best friends.
Shout out to Les.
Shout out to Les. We were throwing a lot of parties in his garage, fire garage. So I had ran into this dude named JD. He's from California. He had moved out here. He started throwing a lot of shows. He was really into house, and he really wanted to uplift the community around here and start really just getting into the EDM and just breaking it out here. Like no one had ever really done that before. It was like really like low key, but like he wanted to like elevate it and start spreading it and just having everybody, you know, just
In it.
involved.
Hell yeah.
So I went to go see him one night at the Red Square, which is now Ophelia's.
Okay.
Wow.
And we got talking. We're outside, and I was like, yo, DJ, blah, blah, blah. General spiel that you say to somebody when you're really trying to break out and get real gigs.
Hey, I play.
So I was like, yo, we're going to throw this party. I was like, if you want to come through, you want to DJ? He was like, all right, well, I'm about to do something big. He didn't tell me what it was. And he was like, but if you do well and, like, you spin well, like, we can get you an opening slot. So I was
Dope.
like, cool. So he pulls up to the party. Everything's going great. There was some idiots there at the party that night that
Always
really,
one.
Never
really
fails.
didn't enjoy him. They didn't like him. He's the Cali boy. These are the New York guys.
Okay. Yeah.
There was some
Gotcha.
static.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So midway through my set, he comes up to me. He's like, bro, my mixer's gone.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
So I'm like,
No way.
turned off the music, get on the mic. I'm like, yo, who's got this guy's mixer? Why you guys acting up?
Wow.
Da da da.
Still in a mixer's crazy.
That's
It
I
was
would
just
never
too much.
imagine.
And he had some, you know, he had expensive hardware.
Oh, I
so,
bet. They're not cheap.
Yeah. So I'm like, now I'm out front. We're uptown Schenectady, you know, so it already gets kind of strange out there. You know what I mean?
Sticky.
So
Yep.
Yep.
So then I see this dude going up the street in this car that was at the party. I'm like, bro, where's the mixer at? I don't know, blah, blah. Peels off. So I follow him. I get in my car. Go to his house. We ain't even going to get into this extra stuff. But basically, I had got arrested that night,
Wow.
right?
Sheesh. Okay.
JD pulls up. Everybody pulls up. Les pulls up. JD drives my car back to Les's crib. Les's mom bails me out.
Wow.
JD calls me on Monday. This was Saturday. He calls me on Monday, and he was like, yo, thank you for, you know, sticking up for me and getting my equipment back.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got a slot.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
And
That's the way to get it.
Yeah, no,
that's the way to
Wow.
hit it.
Not all heroes wear capes, y'all. I mean, you know what I mean? What can we say about that? Man.
Damn, that's crazy.
yeah, it was
So many
weird.
roots, man. But tell us about yourself, though. Tell us how you got into producing. How'd you get into
Man.
all of your work?
We got time?
Yeah.
We got time.
We're here for you, man. Let's do it.
So, my family was really always into music, always music being played in the house, from classic rock to metal, hip hop, techno, house music. They did it all. We went to a lot of music festivals, like as I was a kid, like just growing
that's
up.
sick.
Okay.
So I really loved music. I had an appreciation for music. So, you know, I had a lot of like music that I would listen to, blah, 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 blah. Then this one track came out from Pharrell Williams and Clips called Grindin'.
I've played that beat so many
many
times on so many lunch
times
tables.
on desks, beating on desks, everything.
And this, like, it really changed everything.
I bet.
So, like, school was just crazy. Everybody's banging on desks, blockers,
Anything.
just
Don't let me get my hands
crazy.
on a pen.
Like the pens,
Yeah.
bro. Like
Yeah.
teachers were upset. Like we
Yeah,
just
man.
were out of control. Like just ciphers everywhere, and like mostly like nobody was even saying that. We're just making beats.
Yeah.
Right. So that really like set a lot of stuff off. I remember one time we were in a bus, bro. We were going home, and the whole bus rioted. They had to stop the bus because we were doing the grinding beat on the ceiling of the bus,
Yeah,
Turn
bro.
it up.
weekend.
And they had to like just before the stop, like everybody get off the bus. Everybody,
You're done.
You get off the bus, get out the back. We don't care where you go, get out.
Man.
Right. So then from that, like some cliques were formed, some like groups were formed and stuff like that. So I started cooking up with a couple of my friends from middle school, and we would just like mash up beats and make mixtapes. And
What software are you using?
we're using Atomics, which is now known as Virtual DJ.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Atomics.
Never even heard of it.
Me either.
Yeah. So if you hit up the Google, you'll
You
find
Googles.
it, right? So we were doing that for a while, and it was going good. But then I just kind of faded off. I didn't have the money to actually buy real gear, make real beats. And also, like, back then, there wasn't tutorials. There wasn't communities online. Like,
Yeah, that's tough.
There was
Right,
none of that.
right.
So, like, it was just like, if you're not really tapped in with somebody who's already doing it, you're
You don't know.
No,
you're
seriously.
kind of out the way. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah. A lot
So-
of figuring it out.
so I stopped. I went on to other things, and later down the line, my 20s, a couple of my friends were like, "Yo, we're going to a party. You want to come?" Of course. So we go. Bro, we're driving forever. I'm just like, where are you taking me, bro? I'm in the back seat. I'm just chilling. And we pull up into the woods. The woods breaks out into a field, and there was lights everywhere, people everywhere, tents set up. It was a field rave. Never been to one in my life.
Dope.
Sick. Yeah.
Never been to one. But when I got there, I was like, I remember this music. My parents used to play shit like this, like techno, Chemical Brothers, like whatever, bro.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And I
Yep.
was just like,
Yep.
yo, this shit is dope. So we had a great time. No drama. Everyone was nice to each other. And that was different.
Yeah.
Like being in the city is like different. Like you go to parties, like usually something happens.
Yeah.
Something's
no,
gonna happen.
always. Always.
So
You gotta pay attention.
yeah.
Always some
So
chaos.
it was like so cool, and I was like, damn, there's definitely like a different outlet. So I had a job, I had money now. I was like, I went out a few weeks later, bought some stuff, like an APC 40,
Okay.
got Ableton, I
Okay.
got a mixer. It's like a Mix Track Pro. It was terrible. Completely made of plastic. It was just,
Yeah.
and I was doing work on it,
Wow.
man. Like, so yeah, that was like pretty much my introduction. I just like kept going. So then kind of to tie into the story I just told you about JD and Stuff Your Face with Bass, I'd been getting more shows at the Armory, and I was still just focusing on DJing, dabbling in Ableton, had a couple things out, but I wasn't like at that level yet to like really pump stuff out and know like everything that I should know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
We
Cash
go-
My Cat song was out though.
that was
That
out.
it was.
That was
my,
that
that's
it
my
was.
shit.
There's so the funny thing about that track is it was made like all one. So like there was no eight
No
bar,
patterns.
8 bar, 8
No.
bar. It was like hi-hats were 3 minutes long.
Yo.
Kicks were 3 minutes long. Everything was not where it was supposed to be, and it was ridiculous. But I didn't know that,
It's
You got to start somewhere, man.
right?
You got to start
So,
somewhere.
anyways, I get done with like one of the biggest shows I had done at Armory. I was at the main stage at that point, and we go to an after party at this dude Evan's crib, and I didn't know Evan like that, like we just went in there, and this dude just like off to the side. Everyone's partying in this house. He's just making beats. He's just in his room
Right.
making beats. So I stumble in there. I'm like, yo, what's going on in here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and he's like cooking the craziest stuff I'd never heard before, bro. And I'm just like, bro, like, you need to play out, and I need to learn like whatever you're doing.
It's a perfect marriage.
Yeah,
right
no,
there.
You know
seriously.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So that was like a crazy pivotal moment, and you know, from then on, like in the following like months and years, like I started like learning from him and learning production, learning music theory.
Wow.
He knows a lot. He knew a lot at the time, and he knows even more now.
Evan's got some shit.
Really
sure,
great
yeah,
producer. Shout out to Ev.
Wow.
So yeah, through that we formed Nightwork,
Mhm.
and we just pursued a more serious career, and that's pretty much how I got to where I am
Okay.
right now.
That's sick. Man.
Dope.
That's awesome.
All right, so let's get into this project.
All right,
Labs.
Labs.
Why labs? First and foremost.
why the name or why the music or
However you want to take it.
all right.
Pause.
Yo,
New York stream.
I'm gonna head out.
I'm gonna head on out.
So the name came last, so we'll just leave that off. I really wanted to create a project that wasn't following any trends right now. I felt a lot of pressure. Like I'm always trying to make like the next banger or like the next like
Yeah.
club track that I can play out, and everyone's gonna go crazy. But I have a lot of other things that really influence me and what I want to make, and I feel like I never get to put them out. They just sit on my computer, they collect dust,
Right.
and they just you know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
You,
one of the
you
hardest
go
parts.
back to you listen to it yourself, but it's not like out pretty much.
Yeah, and it's like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
I feel like
like
that's the hardest part about being an artist.
Yeah.
it is.
Is like finding that middle ground between for me and for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As like the consumer.
Absolutely, and of course, like you want people to like your music and
course.
listen to it and appreciate it,
Right.
but at what cost?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just that's where I was at. I was kind of frustrated with what has been going on out here, and we want to compete with everyone, but like it's always changing, and I feel like I'm always behind, and I feel like a lot of other producers will feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? I have some stuff here that I've made that was influenced from things that I really like and I really love, and I want to complete it. And I had never made an EP before. I've only made singles. So that's pretty much how I came about making that.
Dope. One of the things I'll say, I like that it's truly an EP. It's not like just a bunch of singles
Yeah.
stacked together.
No, seriously.
It flows like an EP. Like there's actually a concept
Thank you.
there.
And it's
Thank
like
you.
there's like no fluff. It's just straight to it. You got like 4 or 5 tracks on there, and they're all
Yeah.
bangers, man. It's
Go,
all
go,
good.
go, go.
It's
I
all good.
appreciate that.
And you're all over the place.
Yeah, man,
Got some like
it's totally
jerseys,
different.
some break beats
When
going
I put it
Yeah.
on, I was like, this is not what I was expecting. I love this. It's great, man.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I just I wanted to play on the strengths and stuff that I actually have done before, and maybe stuff that people didn't know I knew how to make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was I've never heard you do breaks like that.
No, me neither.
That was sick.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at this point, what's next?
To be honest with you guys, I have no idea.
That's cool though.
That's all right.
You just put this
That's
out.
real, man.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna kind of chill out for a little bit. I really want to take this year and spend some time with friends and family.
There you go.
And
Important.
I think I want to do more like documenting video stuff. I've been really like loving that lately.
Mm-hmm.
So probably just do a lot of video and just take it easy. Just take it easy. And if something comes up and I feel inspired, I'll just
Jump in there.
Just
Yeah.
jump in there and get it done.
I hear that, man.
I feel like that's where the best art comes from.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Not forcing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming, Rome.
Seriously,
Appreciate
man.
you.
Appreciate you
Much
guys.
appreciation.
It's another Behind the Decks. First one on interview
Yeah,
style.
yeah.
Yeah, this was fun.
Shout out to Room, man.
Shout out.